Hello, good morning. This is Lee. I'm gonna show you the difference between Mammoth PMC 4ES, Mammoth PMC 4ES version 8, and Mammoth PMC 4ES version 10. Uh, there are two setups that you can consider to trade with the strategies. Okay, um, I have this breakdown for you so you can um, see the actual numbers that is can basically tell you the difference. The differences are just very small, but it can give you some ideas what kind of risk tolerance that you can handle and what you wanted to achieve in the long run uh, for the ES day trade. On this chart that um, I have one, two, three, four, five, six strategies loaded, right? The first three, version 10, version 8, and the original version, the first three the settings, the start time and stop time, daily profit, daily loss, LP, HPH, KV, they're the same as the bottom three strategies. The only difference, the first three, the top three, that the target is set at 14 ticks and the stop loss at 29 ticks. The top three strategies. The bottom three strategies. The bottom three means the ES, the original, and version 8 and version 10. The three versions. The first one, the target is 10 ticks and the stop loss is 25 ticks for for these three strategies. So as 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 it is, I had it written down right here on the notepad, plain text, so it's easy because that's what I use and for many things. Setup one, setup two. All right, setup one. Take profits, 14 ticks and 29 ticks of stop loss. Start time is 0200 Central, and stop time is 11:59 Central. Daily profits 480, that's a limit, and daily loss is 300. That's the limit. For PMC 4ES, HP 200, and version 8, version 10, 200, the settings for the HP and the KV for version 8, and LP, HP, KV for version 10. So you can see right here the three settings are same as the setup 2. HP 200, HP 200, KV 10, LP 83, HP 200, and KV is 10. So now what the data on this chart is loaded for 365 days. So you can see right there, days to load. That means that starting last year for the ES contract, and there'll be some little difference. There's some difference when the contract when the contract rolls over to the next one, but um, it's just the little tiny difference. Um, I can't load all these different contracts on this chart because it's not loadable on Ninja Trader, but it gives you the idea. All right. Now, for the, I basically had it written down for the first setup, all right, which is the larger profit and larger stop versus setup two, which is the original 10 and 25. Um, you can see the setup one, the net for PMC 4ES. The net, you look at 23K. That is one contract. Okay, one contract per trade over the 1 year period, and then your risk, your max drawdown is 3.3K. Okay, so and you're looking at risking 3.3K to profit at 23K. Okay, And the profit factor for this strategy, 1429, is 1.41. Now, anything above 1.4 is around or above 1.4 is a profitable strategy. Now, let's see. This is the one, right? Let's look at for ES, and 14 is the profit target. Now I'm going to show you for PMC 4ES for this setup, 14 and the 29, and you look at net profit 23K. Now there are some other factors you wanted to see. The number of trades for this is 612, and percent profitable is 74.51%. The max consecutive losers is 4. So 4 means that you have 4 losers in a row. Now, for one contract, if the stop loss is 29, so 4, and that it's not gonna hit your large max drawdown, but accumulated together, you might be able to see. But that's not too bad. That's actually okay. Now you look at the Sortino ratio, 591. That is insane. But Sharpe ratio is below 1, which is okay. Around 1 is good. Above 1 is good. This one above 1 is great, but now it's 591. The Sortino ratio is different. It's not, you can really have, you don't have to pay attention to that. And as long as this number is above 1, that's good. Okay. So this is for ES. Okay. Now the reason I want to show you this graph is you can go to monthly, and you will see for the 4ES monthly, we don't have a, this graph is okay. We're good. Okay. Now for the setup 1, for the version 8 strategy, you're looking at 20K as a net profit and max drawdown around 2.5K. Profit factor is 1.46. Okay. That is 3K shy, but the max drawdown is better, 2.5K. Okay. For version 10, now that's the latest update. That you look at net profits 18K, max drawdowns 2.3K. It's almost the same as version 8, but your net is a little bit less. Okay, profit factor is 1.48, 1.46. It's all around. It's very close. Okay. The max drawdown, this one 2.3, 2.5. You look at $200 difference, but basically they're the same. And versus the original drawdown is a little bit higher, 3.3, but your net profit is a little bit higher as well. So, but profit factor stays above 1.4. So very close. Okay, very close. I just want to show you the difference between. Okay, we'll show you later. But now this is a setup 1. Okay, setup 2, we'll look at the take profit 10 ticks versus 14. Stop loss 25 versus 29. Start trading time and stop trading time is the same, and daily profit is the same, daily loss is the same. HP, HPKV, ALP, HPKV, they're the same as setup 1. Okay, space. Good. But for the smaller range with spread with 10 ticks in profit and 25 in loss, for the original PMC 4ES HP, and you look at 26K as a net and max drawdown is 1.8. The lesser than this one. Okay. a larger stop loss and a larger take profit. But you actually look at the net profit is higher than this, the larger setup. Okay, profit factor is 1.5. It's better than this. Now version 8, you look at 19K versus this is close. But drawdown is 1.7K. This one's 2.5K. So you have less drawdown. Profit factor is the same, 1.48, 1.46. Not that much of difference. Now version 10, you look at net is 15K, is less than 18K. Max drawdown, this one's 1.5K and 2.3K. All right, so you have a less risk. Profit factor is 1.497. So for the smaller setup for the take profit and the stop loss, for version 10, you look at the net profit is less than the larger target. Max drawdown is less, so less risk and less reward. For version 8, less risk, kind of the same reward, 19K and 20K. All right, for the original one, drawdown is 1.8K. It's better, and the profit is actually higher. So the original one looks promising. Okay, with the 10 ticks and 25 ticks setup, and then daily loss and profit. Now, what I'm trying to show you is that you can use the strategy. You can use the strategy. You can combine the PMC4ES setup 2 with PMC 4ES version 8 setup 1. We have 20K here. And PMC 4ES version 10 setup 2. Okay, so you combine these three. One, you can do setup 2 and PMC 4ES, and setup 1 version 8, and setup 2 version 10. You can just combine those. Then you will have three strategies running on the same chart and trading three contracts at the same time. Not at the same time, but three strategies combined with three contracts. Then you can basically tell that, depends on what you want to combine these strategies together to make the best reward that you're looking at and the minimum risk that you can take. Now, there's another way, but before I do that, I'm going to just show you the original setup 1, which is the 4ES original setup. And that's important. You want to look at the monthly. And you'll see from last year, September is a good month. The rest of the month is okay. The worst is March. You only have like a 312 minus commission. You probably be 0. And May's not good at all, but it's okay. And June's good. July is so-so. August is okay. This August actually, and September we just started. So that's the monthly thing. As long as they're all net profitable, that's all you want to look at. Okay. Now then you look at the setup 2 of the original, which is 10. It's basically almost the same, but you want to look at the monthly graph. 4,045, 3,000, 3,000, 1,322. April is bad. April basically, I believe it's going to be a negative. So because the net profit is 187 minus commission will be negative because you have 33 trades. Kind of not negative, it's like flat. And August, which is the August was last month was like really bad. 62, 53 contracts. So August is like really negative because of the commission is larger than the net profit. September so far is okay. So that's the 4 years. That's the setup too. Okay. Now, so you basically you get the idea is that so you have a good month, you have a bad month. Um, the worst month you can have is out like $200 negative, or flat for that month, and that's what you're getting. Okay, so the other thing you can do is that you can actually let me just disable these strategies. Okay, I'm not gonna. Now you can try to increase take profit level above 14 ticks and stop loss larger. Now the core idea that you wanted to consider, or facts that you wanted to consider, is that you look at this bar. This bar will have to be exceeding 35 ticks in order to be formed as a reversal bar. So 35 ticks. Now, once the reversal is confirmed, the second bar is the double confirmation of the reversal. Now, if the trend is allowed that if you do 10 ticks, we just need, because your entry will be right here, short, that's a tick below the close of this bar. That means that you'll be right here. So from this point and this third bar form, you only get 4 ticks. Fourth bar, if it's formed, you have 5 ticks in full. So that's 9 ticks right there. The third bar, okay? The third bar, you're gonna have to have this bar go a tick below of the close of this bar in order to get 10 ticks in profit. So you need a 1, 2 bar, two bars, and the third bar moves down by a 1 tick, and you have that 10 tick. Now 14 ticks, you have that you needed 1, 2, 3 bars formed solid in order to get that 14 ticks. So 14 ticks, you need 3 bars. 10 ticks, you needed 2 bars and plus 1 tick after the entry. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is that you can look at the chart, basically just look at any chart like this, right? So if you enter long here, if the strategy gets long here, and you'll be stopped out. It gets short here, it gets stopped out. But these trades are not gonna determine everything. But what I'm saying is that once you get to a stop, once you get a one stop based on the strategy, you're done. Okay. But what I'm saying is that if you wanna trade more, you can increase your daily loss from 300 to 600 per one contract. Okay. Or you can increase from 300 to 900. I'm sorry, 300 to 600 for 2 contract. Or you can do 300 for increase 300 from 300 to 900. That's for 3 contracts. If you don't increase the size of your trade, just one contract, but you increase daily loss from 300 to 400 or 500, then you're looking at multiple trades. Okay, multiple trades per day. But based on the bar settings, Udirenko, the most trades you'll have, if you have all winners, will be 4 trades, I believe. So far, I didn't look. I should have shown the analysis report, but loss is like, say, if it's 29, the first loss is 29 multiplied by 12.5. You look at 362. It's already daily loss, exceeded daily loss. If it's set at 300, that means you're done for the day. But if you want to have the strategy to run more, to see if you can recover the loss, then you increase that 300 to 600. That means you can take 2 losses. I mean, three losses. I'm sorry, three losses to meet your daily loss. Actually, three losses will be larger, but then it's bypass 600. So if you set at 600, and then once you have two losses, and the strategy will be done. I hope you understand that part. Is that first is 300. If you hit the first loss with 29 ticks, that's $362. That exceeded your daily loss limit, and the strategy would not do anything. But if you increase the 300 to 600, then the first loss was 362. That means your daily loss limit is not reached, and the strategy will continue to look for another trade. But then if you hit a second loss, which is 362 plus 362 multiplied by 2, then you have 700 plus in loss. And then your daily loss set is 600. So that 700 is already exceeded the 600 daily loss limit. That means strategy will stop looking for another trade. So 300, if you set at 300, that's one loss you can take. If you set 600, then you can take two losses. But that's the worst case, right? Like I had another comparison video made before to show you the worst scenario, the best scenario, stuff like that. But I always wanted to focus on the risk. So now you can play with this number and this number, multiply the numbers of contracts that you want to trade or the number of trades you want to have per day. Okay. Um, just I just reduce this to 30 so I can show you in one little thing. Just for the sake of showing the the nature of ES, you during the entire session you probably won't see um that many bars. Okay, let's say so this was September 1st session. Okay, um that is the we're running the strategy we're running version 8. Okay, sorry, we're running the version 10, 1429. Yeah, first 1429 2 a.m. setup. Okay, not 7:30:25 setup. 2 a.m. setup. But anyway, you see that this is the session. This is how many bars you're looking at. Now, but if you're using if you know the NinjaTrader, there's a cell, and you can see, like for example, this each cell has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. Okay, not including the bar that's sharing the borderline. So A bars, and how many cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5 bars. So 9 cells, 9 multiplied by 8 is 72 bars. So you're looking at 72 to 100 bars per day, sometimes less than 72. Okay. So in this type of situation, you probably won't see that many trades because of the Renko bar setup. Okay. Um, so that's another thing I wanted to explain it to you. Hopefully that makes sense. So again, just recap it. All right, I'm gonna post this thing on the website so you can actually look into the details. But the latest setup, I suggest you can use the setup 2 1025. If you want to combine, you can combine uh, setup 4ES setup 2 with version A setup 1 and another version 10 setup 2. So you can combine these three strategies. That's one contract per trade. Okay. The start trading time is 2 a.m. and 2 a.m. and 11:59. You can also play the time. You don't want to trade 2 a.m. You can trade like 7:35 or past news, whatever. The narrower time frame, the less trades you'll get. That's always like that. Okay. But markets sometimes in the mornings, early morning, 2 a.m. is very slow and sometimes not enough liquidity. But for ES, it's not that case. They always have liquidities for retail traders like us. So, anyways, I hope this video helps. And then if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll have this posted on our website, and for your record, you can actually go there and there reference whatever you wanted to choose. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.